bring that mind back to our mind and make effort to walk. This manifests out of my karma. It manifested from my kind of mental projection. Somewhere see mental projection. This depends to too much people, excuse me. So there's one. I told also this story, maybe in some different places. So there was a country. In that country, there was a king, a big subject or big country. Astrologer calculated, said through the calculation, said and kind of made a prophecy. Within a week, there will be a rainfall. Rain, the rain is like an acid rain, or poisonous rain. Any people get the water from that rain will become crazy, nuts, So he told people should try to keep water, for for a week long or more, something like that, for your own drink. So after a week, said a rainfall, all people try to keep water. Before that, so all people just after 2, 3, 4 days, that they have enough water. So without choice, they had to drink the water from the rain. Except the king, who could keep water for enough. So because that, all people in the country, including all the ministers, become crazy. And the king is the only one who's not crazy. Then they will communicate, and all people said, now the king is crazy. So the king, without choice, he has to drink the water to become one with those people. So in the samsara, majority is so crazy, so we're influenced by that, no choice, If somebody is a decent person trying to take, explain something, majority don't accept that, So that's how we're kind of habitualized, how we're used to, how we project, see. And another was a time, this story you heard, a 500 monkey was going to place. Then they saw a wall. They saw a reflection of the moon in the wall. And they said, oh, the moon is falling in the well, This is not so good. This is not good at all for the world, We must bring up the moon up, Then they try, work hard. There's two stories then. One story said, then the well, since the well is so deep, so one monkey said, now there's no other so much choice. One should hold one branch, the big branch, and the other should just make a chain and then take the moon up. So because the 500 monkeys is so heavy, the branch broke and all fall into the water. So like that, we all concentration beings kind of confuse the samsara, some projecting something which is not real and seeing it as real, just go there, just make all the effort, no matter how you try. Now you said, I think the last monkey in the water, he tried to shake the water so much, he tried to bring up, how much he shake the water, still moon is just, going around, Another story is that when he tried so hard in the moons, in the water, in the well, so then he just, so he's so exhausted, looked up in the sky and he saw the moon up there, So he thought he did it, And he said, anytime you need me, let me know. It's nice, isn't it? So like we are so kind of confused this nature, we make kind of very important on this subject and work so hard. Then after all, there's no essence. Like those. So many can rise from one like clouds and hallucinations. So some drugs make you hallucination, isn't it? Hallucination. What I heard, mushroom?
Yeah. Mushroom.
Certain mushrooms.
What you be? Certain mushroom, not all mushroom. And I had a lot of mushrooms. It looks like I didn't have any hallucination.
Also certain cactus.
Oh.
Really cactus.
I have a friend in New Mexico. One day he said, there's a Buddha died with eating mushroom. You have heard of this? I saw an article saying that the last Buddha died. There's somebody offered, or anyway, Buddha got the mushroom and he died, or something like that. So there's a lot of investigations going on the mushroom. And mushroom will kind of, there's some mushroom you kind of soak in the buttermilk, something like that, and produce juice and drink that, and makes you kind of to heal. I heard this, actually the news in California, there's a big factory there.
But to enhance the immune system,
Something
or mailing it,
Uh-huh.
a whole network of people mailing this.
Like that.
It isn't a real mushroom.
It's not mushroom?
It's not a real mushroom. I raise it.
Oh. So a lot of mushrooms, a lot of mushrooms going on, the mushroom which hallucinate you. I have a friend in Mexico. So one time he invited me. So he just tried to introduce me to eat that mushroom. He says that I ate the mushroom and it's very fascinating. It helped me so much for the visualization, those practices, He said, you must try, And so I was kind of in a very difficult position. I don't want to upset him. At the same time, I don't want to eat mushroom, So I try to ignore the conversation, So then finally I said, so I'm a monk, so I'm not allowed to eat different those things,
Yeah.
So it's my precept, monk vows doesn't allow. I said,
That's an intoxicant.
Oh,
It's an intoxicant.
intoxicant?
You could consider it an intoxicant.
Anyway, I don't know, I don't want to try. I said, it's good for you, so it's just so I think like that, so mushroom makes you, I think, hallucination, looks like, So those hallucination comes from the mind, manifests in the mind. But until we realize it's a hallucination, we project as real. Something is going real. See? You just see it's real. As soon as when you realize this is a hallucination, then you're a different thought. You don't pay attention so much. You don't make it very important. See? So this is how mental consciousness, our mind changes, makes the way of thinking so much change when you realize. Even you see them. Against we are not ignoring them, seeing, not hearing, all those, we are not ignoring them, but we are realizing how they stand by their own. They are not independent. They just rise through the causes and conditions. See? So, by attaching to that, we won't get any special. By hating that, we won't get special. But we need to work with our mind, realizing how this all depends on the causes and conditions. So building wisdom, see, penetrating their own nature. See. Everything is clear, colored, but transparent like a rainbow, as the last time we discussed. When you see deities, all those like Vajradhara or Buddha, Vajrasattva, when you see, it's all things in detail, very distinctive. But it's just transparent, like a rainbow. And everything is quick and impermanent like a lightning flash. And next everything rises in an instant like a bubble. These are too similar, But to say this lightning is still faster. So all things goes like the impermanent. Very quick, means very momentary. Rises in an instant like a bubble. Or sometimes they also give an example. The star shooting star, like that, just goes, Those also an example of impermanence. Lightning, flash, bubble, shooting star, those. And everything appears, but is devoid of self-nature or emptiness, maybe emptiness of self-nature, like the reflection in a mirror. the mirror, right, rises all different forms, different sizes, different colors, but they are not exist in the mirror. Just we see it. Similar, our own body is also like a reflection in the mirror. All other forms. Firmly realize this practice in your mind. So, with support, allow the yidam to appear in a mirror in front of oneself, myself. Clearly analyze and contemplate this image with the help of the 12 examples of illusion given above. Same, mirror or without mirror. Just see, it's just given some choices. You can do that kind of practice. Basically, everything what you see, when you walk around, see, it's just yes, everything's this 12 example. Practice. So when we have this kind of teaching, then any place you go becomes a practice. Wherever you sit becomes a practice. That's why for Milarepa he said, I see whole as a copy of text, so I don't need a written copies. He said. Everything becomes a written whole wall. Actually, sometimes he says, I'm so habitualized seeing this whole phenomena as a copy, and I forgot the written text. This also becomes an example. Meditation practice. Okay, do we need any discussions here?
Lama Khenpo, can Padmasambhava be the deity yidam?
Sure, yes. No problem.
When we do bodhicitta, do we visualize Shakyamuni Buddha as transparent?
Oh, sure, yes, as mentioned, all.
And Amitabha?
Yes.
Vajrayogini?
Oh, yes, no exception.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is the same yidam as deity, Lama Khenpo?
Yes. Yidam deity. Yidam deity is called.
Is the same.
Oh, kind of, yes, you should say.
When we do the impure illusory body with support and use the mirror, can we do it either actually in front of a real mirror or we imagine a mirror?
Both. Yeah, it's fine. Yes.
Have you ever heard of people carrying a little mirror around like ladies do their contact, taking out, looking at it?
That's right. You can take that too.
It's just you feel like you're becoming substantial.
Yeah. So if somebody asks where you carry mirror, so everything's reflection. To remind that I just carry the mirror.
On the with support when you allow the yidam to appear in the mirror. If you're looking at a tanka or a
Tanga picture, that's right.
you just pretend like that's a mirror.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Milarepa had can walking straight. Can. So looks like it is walking straight. A lot of things I don't remember all exact. But anyway, somebody asked, why you carry this walking stick? What symbolizes this? And he gives the kind of the background where this come from, And he said, this cane is cut from the bottom. It symbolizes I cut the root cause of samsara. And this cut from the top, it symbolizes cut all the hesitation, doubt. And there's 4 pieces. It symbolizes this. I actualize the 4 kayas. And the 3 joints. Also, what's that? Gushi, kusum. Oh, that's one, yeah. It's so flexible. The cane is kind of really flexible, isn't it? Kind of you can bend, unlike other walking stick, This is a kind of flexible kind that symbolizes my mind is well trained, And the color is kind of always stays that way. It's kind of very smooth. I think looks like very smooth. So this color of this is always stays there. The unchanging nature of my mind doesn't change. So him is all this can is becomes a complete one full text, So we read text to remind, When you look at the can, he reminds all his realization, And then looks like he had a antelope horn. Antelope horn is kind of long, isn't it? And some people ask, why you carry this antelope horn, or what signifies this? And he said the blackness, the darkness of this horn is symbolized the unchanging nature of Dharmakaya. And then he said, and it has a lot of wrinkles, isn't it? That lot of wrinkles. All the wrinkles symbolizes in the samsara there are so many different types of suffering and many transitions, And the horn is empty inside, so samsara has no essence. So like that he just the horn has one complete all the teachings there. So here's another text there.
Khenpo, you mentioned about the Buddha giving teachings in one morning, but it was equal to like 1,000 years of teaching. I was wondering, it seems that time, should we look at time like illusory as well?
Oh, yes.
Like sometimes, like if you go to a dentist office, time seems
too long.
Flow. You never get out, and other times when you're doing things that are enjoyable, it seems short.
Yes. Yeah, time is very illusion. Very illusion.
Lama Khenpo, don't you think is also that when we look at the time that we are enjoying something and it's make it short, or is something that we need make long, is not also that getting attached to the circumstance?
Yes, so we don't need to attach it as seeing as an illusion. As like Greg, you mentioned Oh, it's in the hell realm, I think that the time mentioned is too long, you know, the age that in the hell realm mentioned very long, like the thousands of kalpas, like they mentioned like that, you know. So I think it's the being there, their time, they feel so long, you know. So like when we have a suffering, you know, some kind of undesirable condition, when we face that kind of, you know, we feel very long. Even like a week, if you suppose like a week long, if you face that, you feel kind of really like a hell realm. And when this can be passed away, when this can be go away, so it feels so long, you know. And when we have some kind of little happiness, you know, it's peaceful, kind of enjoyable. Even you pass whole month, so still you feel kind of short.
Khenpo, when Charles first came out of surgery, that was one of the things he said. I mean, he was really in pain, and he said, it's endless.
Yeah.
And that was just his perception that right now it wasn't going to stop.
That's right.
There, and it was endless.
Yeah. So see, that's kind of, so we need to practice this now. If we practice now well, then we will be very grateful to ourselves. We will feel so joyful. So how fortunate I was at getting all those time to practice this. Yeah, that's real. That happens, you know. But sometimes we just keep postponing, you know. So oh, this is important. I have to do this first. This is important. I have to do this first. You know, we just put Dharma teachings always in the second tray, you know, the second hand, and all others are in the first place. But when we really need it, it's the Dharma teaching. When there's no any other hope, then only Dharma. You know, then that time we don't have. Then we just try to go to somebody say, as if your all problem can take away. You know, how I can do this? It's give me answer. You know. There's some people they come to me and say, I do this. Now tell me, how should I do this? You know. So how should I take the other person's pain, you know? That's not easy, you know. So sometimes we have to be very patient, you know. So now what should I say, you know? You can't take your pain by it like that, you know. You can't take other pains like my hand, you know. If there is, of course, we should do that, you know. Not bad, no. But when you feel desperate, you feel like that. Must do something, you know. But that time has become so late. So it's like preparing ahead. This becomes very important. So when we prepare like this, practice like that, then even we have not really actualized so highly, but still we know now there's no other choice. No. Without blaming to anybody. No, we just, I know that, no? So it's very helpful. Now with this conclusion of this illusory body teaching, page 6 and 7 today, please see. So this today is also shows as all the meaning of the illusory body teachings here, isn't it? See. Now the conclusion is introduction of the illusory body and putting it into practice. Realization intellectual understanding, so forth is all the subjective and objective. What is subjective and what is objective?
Subjective is me and objective is you.
You said it. Uh-huh. If we say all our subjectivities, what's that mean?
Internal view, our internal
inner view. All our objectivities.
That's supposed to be what's out there.
Universal or common objectivity. So anyway, all this, the subjective, or the person who is projecting all outside. So every sentient beings, we should say, every sentient beings is subjective, and all the objectives, all the phenomena that what we perceive, what we project, is objective. Aspects of Dharma means phenomena here. Dharma means phenomena. So here, phenomena means not just outside this all, but also includes all the sentient beings, and everyone are the subjective and objective aspects of Dharma are naturally non-existent. Naturally non-existent, as we discussed. So everything's interdependent, dependent on cause and condition. The result without any cause cannot manifest. So therefore, that result is not independent. There's no independent result. But that very result is also a cause to the next result. So that result is also not independent, and that cause is not independent. That way. So it's not just result. It's also a cause. And that cause is also not just a cause, it's also result. See? So all are in that nature. Right and left. Without the right, there's no left. Long and short. Without the long, there's no short. All is a relativity nature. That's why it's called there's no naturally or inherently. There's no inherently existent. Everything's in a very temporary nature. From beginner's time, what it's saying is we are not making non-existent, which is exist. We are just realizing how things they are functioning. It's called mode of abiding. Realizing the mode of abiding of all phenomena. How everything is in permanent nature, for example. For us seems to be real, but this morning is now past. At this time, the morning is just not exist here. This noon was, that time there was noon, but now there's not noon. It exists. So that noon was non-exist now. So all this passes that way. Very momentary. So that's more of abiding, the nature of all phenomena, how that passes. The first moment of the mind, there's a peace, relax. But the second moment, that was not exist. The first moment of the mind, agitated, frustrated mind. And the second moment that was not exist. It's how it all shows, demonstrates all the nature of phenomena. We are not making that way. It is just that way. So we're just realizing, becoming very close to the nature. It's called close to nature. That's called nature. Nature is not just a tree, not just the ground, but nature of all phenomena, becoming more and more close, going out of artificial. Then who is myself? Who myself is, realizing that. Where I am, no? Realizing that. So naturally non-existent from beginner's time. All the teachings, in the Dharma teachings, say that appearance, all what we see, sound what we hear, clarity of mind and awareness of that our mind are void like a magic show. It's all like a magic show. Means looks real. When you see, as we discussed, when you see a magic show, it looks, you can see it. Like when the magician's trick, they show animal, birds, things. It looks very real. It creates sound too. But then when you realize it's a magic, then you say, oh, it's magic. We immediately change our mind with that perception. Similar, all this is like a magic. As I mentioned, the first moment of thought is not exist the second moment. So it's a magic show. Isn't it? So let's say, for example, first moment the mind is so frustrated, upset. Okay. That moment mind is that moment is very real, very kind of concrete. Oh, just uptight, all this. Then in the 5 minutes you change all that, and your mind is so peaceful, calm. And when you look at that moment, when you look at the first moment of the mind, you feel like I'm ashamed, All it's like an illusion. It's not existing. That's called magic show. But not realizing that how that function, how that acts, and we're so involved with that. We're so attached to that. And we're so dependent on the conditions. We're not trying to stay in the unconditional state. So that's what it says, a magic show. That's what this magic show means, Knowing this leads only to an intellectual understanding. Just, oh yes, I know this. Yes, I know this. It's just intellectual. It doesn't have. It won't help us when we need it. When we suffer, we will have a real suffering. Even we try to make an illusion, cannot make it illusion. It's real suffering. Oh, I can't handle this, I can't stand with this, So illusory as that intellectual understanding, of course, first is very important, without which we cannot practice. But without practice, that intellectual itself cannot help us for the application of this practice. So very important practice. it will not lead to perfect realization. Intellectual will not lead us to the perfect realization. But if one practices as described here, one will actually experience all Dharma as illusion. When you see everything as illusion, momentary in nature, subject of change, manifest simultaneously here and there, then there is real kind of sense of harmony. A true kind of sense of harmony comes. Then no need to depend on the cause, no need to depend on the conditions. Whatever manifests is just, sustain your mind. So this is basically how to practice some. So if we practice this well, then there are different degrees of the realization here. Benefits of illusory body practice. The superior practitioner who have really practiced this so successfully, most successful now. For the superior practitioner of the illusory body practice, as death approaches at the time of death. So now the death first is death is the one of the time that nobody can help, or we cannot get help from any other else. Our best friend, most close people to you, at the time of death, they cannot help. We have to have our own help. The most close person maybe will cry. Just may say, "Oh, please don't die." That much you can say. Or what can I do for you? That much you can say, but cannot share the pain. Cannot give your realization to that person. No, so that's is death. No, as death approaches, the skandhas, the 5 skandhas, 5 aggregates, the form, feeling, perception, mental formation, consciousness, called 5 aggregates. Our body we are functioning in that 5 aggregates. We have the body, and our feeling of happiness, suffering, perception of this is good, not good, white, dark, blue, long, small, like this kind of perception. Mental formation we create different karma. Consciousness, the mind. So we have these all 5. It's called the 5 aggregates. Okay. Then dhatu there's 18 elements. It's divided from the 5 aggregates. Okay. The 6 called the 6 object. So form, sound, smell, taste, touch, dharma phenomena. It's the 6 objects. 6 called 6 organs or something like senses organs. Eyes, ears, nose, tongues, bodies, and mind. We should say mind. Then the 6 consciousnesses. Eyes consciousness, eyes consciousness, ears consciousness, nose consciousness, tongue consciousness, body consciousness, mental consciousness. So these are the 18 dhatus called. They are divided from these 5 skandha. 12 ayatana. The ayatanas, they are 12. That's a 6 subject and 6 object. Okay. So this very body will be dissolved into luminous emptiness, and one will attend Dharmakaya. So your mind can establish such a realization, seeing everything as illusion. No independent entity, inherent entity. or just like manifestation, or just like a mirage, rainbow. Reality exactly is like a mirage, rainbow, magic show. When you realize that, then your mind is so well established, so well trained, that right at the moment of death is all when there's dissolving into this emptiness. That time there's no any confusion, just exactly just there. So Dharmakaya is the ultimate, realizing the ultimate nature of the mind. Luminous, here luminous means no any obscurations. Okay. And one will attain the Dharmakaya, the ultimate Buddhahood, the nature of the mind. From that rise in the illusory deity body, then manifests Sambhogakaya. And thus attain the unified. Unified means the appearance and the emptiness are inseparable nature. Very vivid, clear, yet it's like a mirage, rainbow. No difference. So unified Sambhogakaya at that moment without need waiting any minute. Then the average practitioner, this also looks very successful, For us, it's not really average, also very superior. Actually, for us, we cannot say so much difference. What is the difference, Since we have not realized, it looks very same, But one who realized then can see really what the difference, For the average practitioner of illusory body practice, who experience the illusory body when alive, when death occurs, the 20 course components. This also, the 5 skandhas, 18 dhatus, 12 ayatanas, those all divided more,